Round 5 this weekend in the Telstra Premiership. Let's see if we can find you some winners. It's been tough tipping in recent times. We'll kick it off, of course, with the big clash at Parramatta Stadium on Friday night. The Eels up against the Dragons, Laurie.
With all the turmoil that the Eels have been going through in the last 48 hours, I expect the Dragons to win this one and win quite comfortably.
OK, also in action with the traditional game on Easter Friday, the Roosters take on the Broncos at the Sydney Football Stadium. The Roosters or the Bronx Wiz?
I'm going to go the Roosters. I think there's an opportunity for them really to stand out. The two halves are vying for the New South Wales spot. I believe that's Pearce for the Roosters and Wallace for the Broncos. Very, very tight game. Mason returns, and after what Tommy said about him tonight, watch out, Broncos.
The Sharks have injuries and suspensions ahead of their clash against the Raiders on Saturday. Who do you like, Badge?
Oh, well, I always like the Raiders, but I particularly like the way they played on Monday night. They've got a short turnaround, of course, but their forward pack was very dominant. The Sharks got a lot of catching up to do. They weren't very good against the Bulldogs, and I think Trent Barrett is still unlikely to play. If he doesn't play, I think the Raiders for sure.
The Storm, they were last start losers at home. They went down, of course, to the Gold Coast Titans last week. This time they take on the Penrith Panthers at Olympic Park. We'll wait and see how this one turns out.
I think it could be a close contest, but the Melbourne Storm very rarely lose to a row at home. So on the basis of probability, I'll go with the Melbourne Storm.
The Cowboys have been battling through 2009 so far. They're back at home this week. They take on the Gold Coast Titans, who are very much in form, Wiz.
Yeah, Bowen Thurston to play a lot better and take control of the game, and I think they will come out on top against the Titans. So the Wizards are going for the Cowboys.
OK, on Sunday, the Knights are at home once again. They're in Newcastle against the Warriors. The Knights 2-2. The Warriors are similar scoreline so far as win-losses.
Yeah, I think the Warriors are genuine contenders. I find them really hard to split these teams, so I'm just going to go the home ground advantage. The Newcastle Knights, always tough there, and at Energy Australia Stadium.
Brett Stewart is back for the Seagulls when they return to Brookvale. They'll take on the West Tigers, who were lapped in the last 10 minutes by the Panthers last week.
Any team that folded as meekly as the West Tigers in the last 10 minutes last weekend, I couldn't go with them this week, so I'll stick with the Manly side to register their first victory of the year.
And on Easter Monday, we'll be back out at ANZ Stadium for a Monday night football clash. The Bulldogs up against the Rabbitohs. I can't wait for this one.
I reckon it's going to be a really tough game for both sides. Defensively, the South side have been so strong. They were great against the Warriors. The Bulldogs, to me, they're in front of probably their home crowd again. I just tipped them just by 2.
OK, there are our tips. And don't forget, you can see every game every week right here on Fox Sports.